What is up, guys, and welcome to another Epic 7 stream. It's your boy Mashuu.
It's your friendly neighbor Luca.
And how is everyone doing today? Hope y'all been great, just chilling on a Thursday evening, morning, whatever the heck it is for y'all. What about you, Luka? How you been?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed this week. Lots of work.
There's lots of stuff to do. There's
and
lots of stuff to
lots
do.
of work this week.
And we know what you guys have been sending a bunch of stuff, and a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about today as well, alongside the people that we have on today. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys them right now, right here. What is up, guys? Go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
Oh, I guess I'll go first. Hello, guys. I am Cannaaaa, your fellow RTA legend contender, no IQ, fleet guild slaying cleaver. Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Don't say the B word. Don't say the B word.
Okay, fine. Have you whooped yet, or?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mark for us.
Oh my god. No thanks.
Dude, that's all dude, I think that's Connah's like second language, because he was so fluent. He was just talking about it like right before stream started.
Oh my god, I'm getting...
Man, next up.
Hey, I'm Jenazadp. I stream a lot. I'm hard stuck Emperor, and yeah, not a fan of RTA meta, as you all know probably already.
Which we'll be getting into as well. And last but not least, our first original VTuber on the stream.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Valkyreia here, ex-Soul Weaver player, also ex-Landy Frog, but now I am the best Cannaaaa clone on Twitch E7.
Oh my
Best Cannaaaa clone! Yeah!
Oh
is that actually what you want to go by? Are you sure about that?
I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? I noticed starting like this season, the meta was really fast, and I needed to learn cleave from somewhere, and because I sleep pretty degen, so you know, the moment I wake up Cannaaaa streaming, I'm like, all right, that's a cleaver. We start here.
Dang. Someone on YouTube said, how did all these non-legend players make stream? My god. No, Chad needs to actually, Connah's legend right now.
Wait, there's a very clear explanation I can make. I was legend, then you buffed Arctia Mercedes, and now I can't be there ever again.
Oh no.
I was very comfortable there.
Oh no, this is true. You guys were all just legend recently.
Right? Any legend gamers?
Any legend gamers in chat? I mean, let's be real.
No, there's
How many of you are legend gamers here? In chat, anyone? Anyone? Raise your hands. Be truthful. Be honest.
I mean, that's the thing, right? That's
legend
why we play
gamer at heart.
games. If we are like solid legend players, right? There would be no suspense in watching us, right? So if we're like teetering on the edge of being heart-stuck crab versus legend, people are gonna come in like, are you gonna make that legend push today? Right? I get that question every day I stream.
That excitement is there, right?
Exactly, right? There's the element of surprise.
It sounds like a lot of work to get to legend this season with the points climbing so crazy. And, you know, the girl at the bar doesn't care if I hit legend. What am I getting out of it, really?
I don't know. Some people ask,
a couple shinies.
That's not what I hear from other influencers. You never just know. Like, yo, I hit legend in Epic 7. They're like, oh, did you now? And then you start the conversation off like that, Jenna.
I see.
Okay, but did they say it with that tone though? I don't know. The way that you said it wasn't like a
Luka.
This is true, dude. Come on, Luka.
It's like the one meme where the guy's standing in the corner at the party, and in his head it's just like nobody.
Oh yes, they don't know I'm lit.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I'm a legendary champ player, says the other guy.
There you go.
There you go. Close enough, right, guys? But we'll go ahead and start with the topics that we have for today. The first up, I'm gonna let you guys know overall, there will be a survey later, so you guys can stick around for that. You guys will be getting your regular 3 leaves and 300k gold, along with a small Skystone giveaway at the end of the stream. in which our streamers here will be choosing some lucky few people for that. But yeah, first off, we're gonna get with stuff that people love the most is PvE. Am I right? Any PvE gamers out there?
Me.
Kinda put your hand
Me.
down. No,
Me.
no,
What?
just kidding.
Hello? Okay, alright. No more hunt pack or no more
No.
leaves. Okay, whatever. I see. Okay, whatever.
Connor, your version of PvE is buying out the shop.
I mean, I'm doing
You-
some. Hey, it's player versus something. Okay, it's not PvP. I'll tell you what,
Player
man. Come
versus
on.
wallet. Player versus mom's credit
Like,
card.
come on, you pull up Jenna's stream, he's always hunting. Come on, guys. Let's be real.
True.
Valk is always grinding, like his Berseria everywhere.
Oh no, I'm exposed.
But yes, guys. So first on the plate, we're gonna talk about the side story that just passed, the bigger side story that is, which is the Christmas side story. How'd you guys like it overall?
I thought it was cool. There was a really cool mechanic, right,
Mhm.
where you could craft like 5 catalysts a day,
Yep,
and
the
that was by
building.
far like the most valuable part of it, right? And we never had that before. But here's the
Mhm.
problem: I didn't know that's a thing because usually I just hoard my energy until like
Until
3
the end.
days. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 days before the end, and then I like just run through the entire thing while I watch like a season of anime or something, right? And I was on like Cars chat, and then Anori was like, "Yo, did you know that you need to do this daily, and it's gated by 24-hour?" And I was like, "Oh no!"
You're just like, holy, because I farmed so many catalysts through it. So many.
I think that the side story had a lot of good stuff. It was great to get all his catalysts, but I think it felt like an eternity. That side story felt like it never ended, and you farmed so much of it. And
Ah, okay.
I think overall, a lot of the stuff was done fine, but I had to farm wood for like 5 hours, and it just got really tiring.
Yeah, I think the one thing that
But
doesn't
it's
get
good.
enough credit though, nostalgic music box. That thing is really
Oh
good.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, box, it's been a while since like a crazy like free artifact came out that was like really good, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to like consider whether or not you want to split copies of like if you play Lilius and Peyra, like
Mm-hmm.
whether or not you want to keep separate copies now.
Mine's too late.
Uh,
I'm too late on that. What about you, Kana? You wanna say
I think
something?
so long as it, I mean, so long as there's like, well, okay, it's not really, maybe it's not really so much like a clarity issue. Maybe I'm just illiterate and can't read, but I kind of forgot. Well, I was trying to, what was it, like one of the injury shoes or something, or like one of the injury pieces I was trying to get. I kept forgetting how to upgrade one of the villages, so I just didn't have one of the buildings upgraded until the last day. And
Oh
then someone was like,
no.
how is this building not upgraded yet? And I was like, I thought we were like, I think there was some time where it's like, oh, you just have to wait until like, you know how there's like certain things that open up. I was like, oh, I haven't like, oh, it's not my fault. Like, oh, dude, it'll open up eventually. Like, don't worry about it. And then I was like, hey, the event's about to be over tomorrow. Isn't it supposed to be open, or what happened to the event map, guys?
See, but now we have to talk about is like, is that a problem? Like, should we like look at it this way, like, oh, it should have been like announced and stuff like that, or is that like because you were so used to like previous side stories that this happened?
User error. No, it actually is a little bit difficult to know that like, oh, starting week 2, you need to be on top of it, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
So either I don't know. I think having stuff daily that constantly has you coming back is something that a lot of people aren't into when it comes to side stories. It makes it feel a little bit longer, maybe. So I wonder if there was a way to like stack it up, kind of like the Christmas gift. You know, like even if you logged in like 5 days later or something, you could get all the Christmas gifts from each of the days.
Actually, for like the Kana thing,
So-
right?
Yeah, the kind of Christmas tree
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So maybe if they had something like that, it could help it a little bit for a lot of people. I don't know.
Yeah, and like you said earlier too, right, Mashuu? Like it's just because we had the same format for side stories for so long now. Like getting new formats, people are going to be confused, right? So
Yeah.
I think if we just like run some new formats and keep things consistent, and like Jenna said, if we can make things roll over, like going forward, it's probably gonna be good for everybody.
I'm
Nice.
surprised. Like, didn't we kind of have like a similar like rolling over thing with God, was it the summer festival? The one where we had to reset the days?
With
Do you
Kawana and
remember?
Kawazu, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised it wasn't something similar to that, where it's like, oh, don't worry, like even if you haven't done it, you can just keep like repeating or like run through the days at the end. And I guess like, was there any negative not to doing it daily? I'm pretty sure that the days added up, right? And you just had to like make sure to do it at whatever time.
You
But
you
I
could
thought it
just
would.
wait to
You
do
could
it
wait
if
to
you
do
wanted
it,
that
yeah.
event. This event, you actually had to be there every single
Yeah,
day.
you have to
so.
be like within the 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all like the event overall, though. Just
Mm.
things can always be better, but I don't know if there's really too much to improve. Really, it was pretty solid overall, I think.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I think like just out of the the rewards and whatnot, we definitely got more out of it compared to the usual format, right?
For sure, because I mean, you had like the catalyst there and everything else, and like you had a choice, right? Let's say like you didn't want catalyst, or you're like whatever about catalyst because you had too many and you farmed too much already before. Like the charms are there for those of you guys who need it, or you just didn't need to farm it at all. It was just on the side, right?
Yeah. I think my favorite part of the side story though is that it actually gave more lore to the overall story instead of it just being we like another something went wrong,
Oh
And we
man!
actually got closure on something.
Or Alencia.
That
You
was
know?
like the only side story I think I've read
Oh my
in literally
God.
months.
No, wait.
Like,
What if we made a
unironically.
side story and a festival went wrong?
Oh
my
Oh
God
no!
dang it, Jenna. Who knows? I mean, overall, it could just make it better, right?
Yeah, but
and yeah,
yeah,
solid
worth
things
trying new
overall.
stuff.
Yeah, worth trying. I did like the building stuff, and I hope we do something like that similar in the future, or at least try other things. Like in the summer one, like we had like the volleyball event, right? And this time we had like the building thing. So maybe we'll have some more stuff like that.
Ooh, do you think anyone actually could have like calculated the if it's like the efficiency of grinding out like getting the wood to craft catalysts over just trying to like farm AP or something?
Oh, that's true.
Because like yeah, sure, like crafting it from like the wood and stuff, you get it within the 24 hours, but is the amount of wood that you needed to craft it more efficient than
Yeah.
the
I know a
was,
few
like,
math whiz in
hugely-
the community.
Yeah,
they're like it's
they're ready.
much better.
They're ready.
Like, if we always had that, like, no one would ever need to farm except for just get some extra, just farm up a bunch of wood and then never have to farm again, basically. It's
Get
like,
all the
huge
wood.
value, I think.
But yeah, and moving on from this is the next set of stuff that is coming out. Hopefully sometime soon. It's Ancient Inheritance, guys. How do you guys feel about it? We had pretty much like a whole description of it. The only thing left is just the release of it. Yeah.
It seems like fun. I'm hoping. You see, there's only one thing I'm concerned about, and that it will become like a like busy work. I hope it's something that's actually fun and fresh every time I do it, and that I don't feel like it gets a little monotonous eventually. I think it should be something kind of cool. It's fun to be able to do stuff with your guildies, right? I think there's not enough stuff to do with your guildies, so that's always nice, right?
Yeah.
I just hope that everybody enjoys it and it doesn't feel like a chore or anything, that everyone is actually like kind of having fun with it. I like the whole idea of picking the little devices basically and stuff like that.
It's like from what I was like looking at, I was like, yo, this is like guild auto tower, but like you get to like choose like different things and like run around and stuff. So there's like a little more to it and expand it. So I think it's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, because especially with like not world boss, expeditions, right? Going into like open recruitment, making it more accessible. Having a guild for like PvE content felt like that really fell off a bit, right? Like world boss is obviously still a thing, but that's just like that's part of the daily ritual,
It's like a one and done.
Yeah, so like being able to have something like this, and then you can sit in a Discord call with like some guildies, and then just talk about strategies, and then just maybe have a laugh, and then maybe play it like over a beer or something like that. Like that'd be some content.
That's the real content. Connor, are you writing this down? No.
Nah, okay, dude.
No, that's not this. He's got the boba on hand.
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
No, I mean we're here for content. What do you mean? It's not just you, Connor.
most people like the auto tower, right? I think that was like especially opposed to the old auto tower. I think it's a lot more fresh.
Yeah,
And
I like it a lot more.
just on like a little bit of a side note, because I know you guys mentioned it. Wow, this expo change was crazy. I didn't realize, like, I know it's not like insignificant, but it's just like, oh, okay, now you can do it public, right? But like, wow, I have never done so many expos in my entire life. I think I like max out every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Or I always get like 20. It's so easy. And
Thanks
I
for bringing that up.
grieve
You're so right.
every single expo, but I get the credit every single time, baby. I always get 20, and I'm like, oh, maybe I forgot to, equip a unit or something, but it's okay, because, there's 7 other guys who got my back, and they'll clear it through anyways, and, all the other server whales will do it, but...
Oh, you just int, and then you just put it up, and you're like, all right, get to it.
Help me.
Like, chop, chop.
Help me, guys. I need help.
Except if it's Moroi. Nobody does Moroi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
So
no.
sad.
And somehow I got 5 Moroi posters in a row. I was like,
Oh,
okay, game.
no. Yeah, now it's just the RNG posters. Your expeditions are good to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of something that has to deal with expeditions, something also coming up. Haunted buffs this weekend and a little bit later next week. So what are you guys gonna be farming? Everyone?
I know Kanna's ready.
My 30 speed. I'm waiting.
Your 30 speed?
My 30 speed right side crit damage necklace. Please.
All right.
Mm.
I'm a
Please.
Kana
It's
clone.
gonna just be speed, and then
Please.
it's all gonna be flat stats.
Dude, I could get one thing. And if it's a crit, if I have, I could have 200,000 mats, and if all I get is just a faster than 16 speed crit damage neck, success. It doesn't matter. Nothing else
On
matters.
hit set.
Oh God. My Rand would be able to use it. My Rand could use it. I'll take it. My Rand's already offset. I'll
Jenna?
take it. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm gonna farm. Wait, doesn't it start tomorrow?
Yeah, it
In
starts
like 10 hours
tomorrow.
or something? Oh,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Maybe I'll do Katie's or something. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just do Wyvern. I'm gonna be honest. I don't get anything. So
Oh,
at
oh
this
no!
point, I'm like
That
so
sounds so
hopeless
sad.
when it comes to hunt. It's just like, it's just an excuse not to play RTA right now. And everybody falls for it. I have an excuse. Be like, sorry guys, I'm hunting. I don't have
I'm
time
hunting.
for anything else.
I need my gear. Luca, what about you?
Probably Wyvern, just because I need Reforge mats.
Oh dang, you gotta get that upgrades
Yeah.
going. Hopefully get the 50 pops every now and then. 'Cause I know
Mhm.
Gregory is gonna be farming Banshee because he's a Banshee gamer. Valk, are you gonna try to speed up your teams or what?
Yeah, I'm a Kana clone now because I'm trying to play Cleave. I kind of like quit Wyvern for a while to like round out some of my other competitive sets, right? But since like playing fast is just so competitive right now, right? I'm looking to just kind of shore up my weaknesses. I like to look at my gear, look at my numbers. I like building heroes, so it's like I looked at my necklaces and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that is overwhelmingly slow. So probably going against my own rule now. I'm just going to run it down Wyvern and craft a lot of necklaces.
Yeah, in that aspect, I feel like you're like the opposite of Kana. Kana's just like, I need help. What do I do on this? What do I do here for my gear? And then, as for you though,
Okay,
Valk, you're like,
okay.
okay, so you like sit down and like you take a look at your gear and you're thinking about it, and you're just like, okay, how can I make this better, or like how can I like improve on this or change it in some way to be used? Yeah, I get
Listen,
that.
someone's done the math already. Might as well
Yeah.
ask the experts, Sure.
I don't know. I went.
You're
hard on
asking
that one.
chat. You're asking chat.
Well,
Well, chat has good
Kana,
advice.
you're a legend RTA player. You're supposed to be that.
You're the
How
expert.
asked the
are
Hall of
you
Famers.
alone if
No,
you
no,
need
no,
I asked
other
the-
people?
I am in the Church of Mr. Aether Bulge. Light E7 is my sword. Aether Bulge is my shield, buddy. That's how I get through the day. I'm just.
You should have
Oh
seen
my
the stream
gosh.
yesterday. He was just sitting on Payra's page. He was like, "Where's Aether Bulge? I need him.
What
Where is he?" Like,
do I do?
I need him
I
to tell
don't
me
know.
what to do. I don't know what I don't know what to do.
That's so funny. But all in all, I mean, like, you still like grinded out the games to get to where you're at, and you still
Oh,
have
yeah.
the know-how, right?
Oh yeah. Wait till we start talking about RTA, baby. I got some incriminating screenshots for this stream.
Oh, he's
Uh-oh.
ready.
Oh.
The screenshots, they're coming
But
out.
speaking of like what hunts are people going for, a lot of people are going for speed. I was actually thinking about, I've been Katie's farming for like the last like 3 months or so.
Wow.
And I'm like just trying to grind out Katie's, but honestly I do want to get faster because I need another set of 300 speed gear to go on some units. But yeah, I'm thinking about
You just
going
say
back
you
to
want to get
Wi-Fi.
faster?
300.
Whoa,
There you go. That's what I meant. 300 speed.
Wait.
Let's run it.
whoa. Do we
What?
not know about Mashu's speed?
Wait.
Oh, hold the
Wait,
phone.
you
I
don't know
can't
Mashu's
make-
speed, dude?
I can't make a 300 speed plan.
Mashuu is like 224 or like 25 pieces. I think.
Yeah,
I think
what?
it's 225 pieces.
I need to get faster, bro.
I need to get
faster.
faster.
What are you talking about?
I have like a couple pieces that are good, that are like really good for speed, but I need more. But Mashu's
enough.
330 speed now. The fastest Payra I can make, like with effectiveness and everything else, it's like 140, 160, is like 315 Payra. I think that's the fastest.
My fastest is 312, Mashu.
Yeah, and that's with all the effectiveness and stuff. That's
I'm actually dying.
that's 5 speed
Oh
faster
my
than mine, and you have like 140 effectiveness.
Anyways, guys, moving on to the next set of stuff here. It's
Next transition. Okay.
yeah,
Go along,
how do you feel about the new player experience?
I actually have a couple things to say about this,
Yeah.
because especially like trying to help somebody like Rich out. Okay, new player experience. I think it's overall pretty darn good, especially compared to when we started. When we started, it was actually it was terrible. It was completely awful. The game was gatekeeping you. It says, no, you can't play Epic 7. You can't play this game, pretty much. But I think there's been tons of great improvements just over a long period of time, such as Moonlight Blessing, all sorts of things like that. I do feel like the Moonlight Blessing should have some semblance of choice, though. I mean, everyone's going to pick either like RB or S10, or they're just getting like scammed, you know? And it feels like all those other choices are, if somebody sees Dark Course, they're like, oh, he's so cool. Like, they're just getting screwed, you know? But overall, I think the new player experience is pretty decent. There's one huge problem, though, that I want to say is a lot of people get to this midpoint after they've done, like, they're autoing Wyvern, and maybe they're getting into Hellraid and Arena, but they feel like they're stuck and things aren't improving and they're not getting gear or something. And they can't, like, gear their characters. And I feel like newer players should be given some, like, I don't know, some free sets, extra, like, decent stuff or something, or just they should be given something, because there's some little, like, part that's not connecting where newer players are having a lot of trouble.
I agree, especially
And,
that midpoint where it's just like equipment is like a big part, right? When you're just waiting on some equipment and you don't know which one is like good or not, or like you roll on stuff, and if it so happens just to be bad, you don't really have the resources to say like, oh, I could just skip this, right? On that end too, like I do find that new player experience for gearing that midpoint is a relatively hard point. And I think like my idea for it personally was like, what if we had like a PvE only like set gear that was like quote unquote like rolled already, that players could use for certain areas.
Ooh.
That's just my take on. So I mean,
that
like,
could be interesting.
yeah. So like they wouldn't be able to use it in PvE, but like let's say like
PvP?
they had like or PvP. Yeah, sorry.
PvP.
They wouldn't
Not
be-
in
Oh,
PvP. Not
Nah.
in PvP.
I mean, not like you would use like most of this gear, because like a lot of like the base like PvE gear that you would want is just very like a 60 gear score gear, you know what I mean? Like very decent enough to like go in to just finish off like everything that you need to do, or have like stable teams.
Yeah, I think for like because there are a few like newer players I personally like coached up to like certain points in PvP, right? And I think that's definitely one thing. Like I think that could be probably mitigated, right? And there's a very specific set of gear that would fix that. The arena speed set, right? If we could have something similar to that, where it's like it would just be on like a 75 set, and if we just had like one set of that to be able to give away to players, to help them bridge that gap, right? From like, okay, I have hunt teams ready, but I can't really do anything in arena, right? Because that's the thing. If players had that arena speed set, they'd be able to round out a lot of build a lot earlier. But, you know, that's a catch-22 problem, right? Because if they don't have
Yeah.
the gear, they can't feasibly get far enough in arena. And especially with a lot of arena defenses being like old accounts that are kind of AFK, right? A lot of times, like, you refresh a page and it's just like 5 teams of meta defense, and it's just people who quit the game. You hit refresh again, it's just 5 pages of meta defense, and you're just like, what the hell do I do here, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get that.
maybe they should get like a set of gear every rank they go up or something. So like when you hit
Oh,
gold and like when you hit
that'd be
master or
interesting.
something. I don't know.
Like alongside like the Sky Stones that they get already, right? Like have like
Yeah,
a
Mhm.
like 75 gear set that you get.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
yeah.
something to help them.
Byako. Okay, I was gonna bring this up because on the topic of well, Byako said it, but on kind of reading his comment, so I think that like I have a few friends that are also like starting the game that I've been talking to and kind of like helping out with stuff. And granted, there are actually a lot of like new things that E7 I guess adds just through like I think there's like a beginners web event that's exclusive to them, and like
Mhm.
even if you're a returner, there's like all these different things that you could get back.
Yeah.
But I actually think that one of the good things about like I think it was this most recent event where they gave like the pen pieces, right? Which is for a lot of like new players, like okay, obviously, you know, it depends on how you're using it, but like sets that actually are worthwhile and valuable are great to have, obviously, right? And I just feel like either through like side stories or even if they don't want to give it out for free necessarily, like you guys mentioned, like arena, like it really feels like I don't know, army like kind of long overdue for like rage, right? Like a rage set, like free rage set. I think there's like a 75 tassel sword or something that was like a way old like rage set sword or something we got for free, something that to that degree. But like for a lot of new players, I mean, I don't really see why you shouldn't be able to either buy like a rage set of gear from the arena or from the arena shop, or just be given it through like, you know, the side story. Doesn't really hurt anyone, right? It's just PvE gear,
Yeah,
helps you
PvE gear
progress
for
towards,
rage set.
right?
Granted,
It's not
like if we introduce an arena with rage sets exclusively.
yeah,
yeah. I'm like, yep. Suggested by Cannaaaa, guys.
No,
Nice.
okay. Remember, I said the part about the event. Okay, I'll definitely take the free pieces, like a crit damage neck. Oh god, please, dude. My rage sets are so bad.
Oh yeah, my rage sets are non-existent on my account. I just try to cleave with this like high rolled speed gear from Wyvern and just hope for the best at that point. But yeah,
That's still a
anything else?
threat. Yeah, I think there's that, and then there's another thing where I don't know. I think that goes into a deeper issue, right? Like for example, because I play a lot of RTA on stream, I'm sure we all do. A lot of times there'll be very new players who say like, "Oh, I'm 3 months into the game. I'm trying to get into RTA. How do I play without like?" And then he'll name like 10 heroes, and it'll be like the 10 best heroes in the game that I pick every game. And I'm like, I can't give you that answer, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You
We
would
don't
have to
know.
look
It's
at
like,
what you got.
yeah, at that
so
point, it's just
that's
like,
always kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
RTA feels pretty rough, especially like when, you know, they ask to see your gear, and it just feels like new players just get world gapped, and they're just like, what's happening? Like, how do I get 300 speed? My fastest unit is 195.
yeah, the
Well,
old days.
Usually the moment somebody asks, "Hey, what's the main stat of your right side piece?" I'm like, "Oh no." Like that
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
usually immediately like it'll be someone like a speed damage millim, and they'll be like, "What's the main stat of your deck?" And I'm like, "Oh no." Like
Oh
I
no.
I don't there's a problem here. Like I feel like you should already know, you know?
Yeah, especially if you're
I'm not
trying to
saying
get
that
to
to be
that
like
point.
condescending, but it's just like when somebody asks me that, I immediately know like, okay, they're kind of at this point in the game because they're not really sure what kind of stuff you should be getting for these sorts of characters, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be a little more like education for newer players. I don't mean that in a bad way either. It's just like there's a lot of stuff you don't know until you like talk to people, basically. Like It's hard as hell to learn stuff when you first start this game.
Sure, without
Yeah,
Oh,
having
yeah.
that
Really, really
resource
hard.
of talking,
for
yeah.
sure.
There's so much information. If you're not actively searching out, like it's gonna be really hard to get it.
Yeah,
Well-
for a game with 3 buttons, E7 is like surprisingly very deep.
I feel like the YouTube community lately has been doing a really good job in terms
Mhm.
of kind of coming up with content that is really targeted towards newer players.
I agree.
Where people are constantly kind of updating what's the best thing as a new player. Though I guess it does make it a little bit more difficult for streamers because it's like when you're streaming and someone asks you, like, you don't really know where they're at in the game, and sometimes even when you do know, it's hard for you to really
It's like
help
drop everything.
pinpoint, yeah, to like help them out because yeah, your gear is going to be way more insane than someone who started within 2 weeks. So it's like trying to figure that out is gonna be a little difficult, but
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
a cool part, right? Because we're content creators, so that's an issue for us to solve, right? That's a community issue that we're here to kind of like provide a relief to.
yeah.
Issa said something interesting, having like a mentor program where E7 where they get rewards. That'll be interesting.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Ah, yeah. I mentored a very young player, and then now he's a RuneScape main. I'm sad.
Wow, that didn't really work out so.
That sounds like a teacher
Uh,
problem.
Teacher
What's
problem.
going
Maybe
on
you
Teacher
here?
scrap the
diff.
mentor program.
We're gonna have a teacher diff, guys. It's like,
But
oh,
yeah.
I'm champion in RTA. Oh, I'm master only. Teacher diff, a mentor diff. Rip.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna raise this player, and anytime anybody has any questions, I'm gonna just refer them to him. And then now he's just in different discords now. I'm like, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh god.
But is there anything else, guys, you guys want to talk about in PvP? Like anything you want changed, updated, or new types of PvE content you want to see released?
I want them to take all the people working on PvE and put them in the PvP department. Every single, leave one guy, a skeleton crew.
Dorms? Huh? You guys see those new characters? Emil Sermia, Huayang, dorms? Anybody? Maybe a personal room or something?
I mean that's not PvE, right? That's more like extra
Oh,
non-gameplay.
it's PV
right?
something, Mashuu.
Oh my god, that's player versus I don't know.
Press button, anyone?
Yeah, it's PvP, all right, Mashuu, but we'll see what the P stands for.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so with that over and done with, guys, we are gonna now go into PvP talks. The first of which is we're gonna be talking about unit. Alright, so first on the belt we have Conqueror Lilius. A little later release, you know.
I think everybody who plays RTA remotely seriously or high up PvP knew this character was going to be ridiculous the moment they were shown off. I thought I was misreading or illiterate with when I read their skill set because they seemed so ridiculous. Every single game I play, if I'm second pick, I don't get a ban because she's banned. And when my opponent is second pick, they don't get a ban and I get a ban. So I have like a huge advantage there to win the game immediately. This character basically single-handedly takes the ban in every single match. And even if I pick them, even if my opponent in their foolishness decided not to pre-ban them, they will post-ban it. So this character gets through approximately 1% of the time. It's basically like, what's even the point of pulling this character at this point? Just in the rare chance you can pick it so that your opponent can't. She's unbelievable, honestly. This character's crazy. She takes over a whole match.
Yeah, when I first read the skills, I didn't realize she stripped turn 1 immunity, and I didn't realize she pushed back. And then after putting that together, and then what the kid did, I was like, oh no. This
Oh
is
no.
122 base
Oh
speed.
no.
And at that moment, you knew.
Hey guys, we got room for you here in the Rand first pick Pyra cleave table. Anyone You guys say one turn strip. You guys read Rand S2, huh? We got some room for you guys in the Cleave corner. Just saying.
Yeah, I had to pick up that style just so I have options against her. I actually want to thank her for pushing me into Cleave.
Yes.
But you know what? Like I feel like once you cleave high enough, right, you're gonna run into some of these players with Asian characters in their names, and they're going to pick Lilius into you, and they're going to outspeed you anyway.
Yeah,
It's,
I think that's the craziest part for me, personally, with Conqueror Lilius. Like, you talked about it too, Jenna, right? You said like she takes over a match, and that to me is like the easiest way to put it, especially with her skill set currently. The not the strip, but it's like the turn down on buffs. I feel like takes away a lot from other players that
Well,
could be able to like possibly deal with it afterward.
I run Border Coin on mine, and the easiest way to explain it, I guess, in the best words, I guess you're playing with yourself the whole match, pretty much. You're literally just, oh, you get a turn, I get a turn. You get one turn on one of your characters, I get a turn. You get one turn, I get a turn. My MO is taking like 3 times the amount of turns as most of their units or something, and it's just single-handedly controlling their entire team.
Yep.
And it's like the other players just sitting there in horror as their character at 80% CR gets outsped by like my 20% MO Lilius or something. And
yeah, especially
just
when you throw in
praying.
Payra to the mix with Ida, it's like,
Oh,
oh, I'm sorry, did you not draft a Green Violet? I guess you don't get to play the game today, dude.
well, she
right.
counters Green Violet too, I would argue, because she just spam attack downs and provokes him, and he doesn't even get to do anything.
I've
She's
got
actually
respect
so
for
good
that
at
Green
this
Violet too, by the way. Just saying, but I think Conqueror Lilius, like before I'm sure we're gonna talk about Pirate, but I think Conqueror Lilius, especially before Pirate came out, was a great content unit because you know what it does is it removes the ability for the enemy opponent to play. So you could pick Conqueror Lilius in 4 of any unit you want to pick, and if they're forced to ban the first unit, you can play whatever unit you want to showcase. If it's Fire Ricky, Ermelin, any unit in the game. And that was
Okay,
a
well,
terrific unit.
that didn't work out so well for you, though.
Okay, wow, new patch? It's okay. I have new units to play with now. Don't worry.
Yeah, like we even used like Luka used the Conqueror Lilius last week and was able to get a lot of her draft through. Like even if she's through on like it doesn't matter like what speed she's at, everyone just assumes, right? At that point you're just like, she's gonna go and she's gonna do whatever she needs to do.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm more surprised. Like, if I make it to the end of the draft and Conqueror Lilius is somehow not banned, even when I have stuff like Payra and Ran. Yeah, I think it just enables way too many things.
She's kind of a mistake character, to be honest. She's awesome. Like the way she's designed, like even her expressions, they put so much work into. Awesome character. Like just off design alone, I would want to pull her in her S3 animation, but I could have made her a little weaker.
Just a bit. Just
maybe so she's not picker banned in literally every single match.
Now we know that, right? So like now that she's being used a lot, right? How would you fix her, or like how would you like change her up?
Crazy concept. I would nerf her.
Yeah, like if you could nerf her, then what would you do?
I don't even know, but maybe she doesn't get an extra turn after her S3. I don't know, or something. I'm not really sure.
Does Vigor need to be unstrippable? I feel like.
I mean, you're just buffing Rimuru if you change that, though.
Yeah,
he's just
yeah,
gonna
that's a
still
really
pick
good
the
point.
dude.
Well, what about Politis though? Like you don't even cleavers don't even have an. Well, now we do, but we didn't have.
It would only reduce the duration. It wouldn't even move it.
I look
right,
at you
it
were
is
saying.
long. That's true.
You
Yeah,
can
let's buff
remove the
Politis.
CR pushback on her. That's quite powerful. The CR pushback on her, and I think the turn one's like the first 2 things I would consider axing is the 25% CR pushback, as well as the turn 1 immunity strip, right? So you're choosing to either hold it for attack down, or you're gonna pop it turn 1 for the vigor
The
buff.
buffs, yeah.
That would be like the 2 things I would look at.
Luka, thoughts? You were
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
mean,
something?
whenever we talk about nerfs, it's really hard because it's like people will say nerf this, nerf that, but then
Hmm.
when we try and talk about it, it's like, well, how do you nerf a unit where they become more balanced rather than completely kind of like
Bad.
ruining them, or
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
it and yeah, that's the like the difficult conversation to have.
Yeah.
Uh,
For sure.
The thing is,
but
she's so broken that if you remove an entire mechanic, she'll probably still be good. I think she's at that point. But I 100% agree. You don't want to ruin characters. You don't want to nerf them so that they just become bad, because that's the saddest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want
mhm.
them to be balanced, and that's hard. That's really not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy to balance that kind of stuff. But an attempt needs to be made. Is how I see it.
But yeah, like especially like you were talking about it too, like nerfing too hard obviously is not good because eventually, if you nerf too hard, whatever was prevalent before is just going to be prevalent again, right? It doesn't really change anything up other than just like, hey, new unit at that point. But honestly, yeah, I think what Valk was saying is probably the best steps to go if I were to do anything, like taking one thing away that she currently has and making it so that way, one, you have to think about like, should I do this or should I do another thing, right? So whether
Yeah.
it be the pushback, like let's say because you're so fast, you rather push back in this case and what is it? It's not provoke, it's redirected provoke, or would you
Yeah.
rather like have the vigor buff, or yeah, take away the immunity? And it's not even just immunity, right? It's like stealth too, which is, to me, I was just like, what? I was like, wait a second.
Right, right. And I think that's the main thing with Sea Lilius and you know, now with Payra. These heroes have a little too many options, right? To the point where if you're playing from a turn 2 perspective, right? The thing that always made E7 interesting, you know, from a competitive standpoint, was the fact that obviously speed is good. Speed is a premier stat of Epic 7. Having speed means you get to go first, right? Having speed means, like, you know, in a card game, like, you get to take first turn and you know, you get to start the game with like an extra card in hand, right? That's what having speed does in Epic 7. Having the speed and having the option to, like, you know, strip immunity, get the extra turn, and then you get to choose like S2 or S1, you know, and you get something similar with Payra, right? Where it just feels like now turn 2 players don't really have that many ways to like deal with these turn 1 units.
Yeah, other than relying purely on RNG counters, it feels like.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
If possible, I'd like to,
Yes.
if possible, I'd like to bring up something that somebody just said in chat, that there are a lot of units that were good at a specific time, like SSB. They were too strong without Rwana or other counters, but new unit releases, they weren't that good anymore. I think it'll happen the same with new units. That's called power creep, though. And let's imagine we make a character that just beats Emolius. That means every character that's remotely similar to Emolius that's weaker is now gone from the game forever. Like, if you can't make counters to some of these characters without invalidating 90% of the roster at the same time. If you make a character that just beats Emil Koeric, that means every other buffer in the entire game probably will never ever be able to be played ever again, because he's the best of the best. So then where do you go from then? There's a lot of characters right now, like Conqueror Lilius, like there's nobody does what she does really to that level. So if you beat her, then what? Like, how is anyone else going to survive? That new character is going to be crazy. Who's going to stop them from just taking over the game?
Cleavers.
And this is like the biggest portion of like buffs and nerfs to talk about, right? It's just like how to change that and then balance it to a point where it's just like you bring up like the nerf units to a point where they could contest but not like completely overshadow, or and like you bring like the buffed units or the nerfed units down to a point where, like we said, they're not crazily abysmal compared to another unit. And that's all. That's a balance. It's a balance because it's always there, just hard to hit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I feel like I've been seeing this quite a lot in the chat, but okay, rather than like nerfing, what if we were to just have more balance patches where it's like more frequent in terms of more heroes getting some sort of like buff or changes to them, rather
Um,
than trying to keep saying like we should nerf units.
I think there should be more balance patches. It's 100% true. Probably monthly rather than bi-monthly. I think bi-monthly is way too long. At the very least, there should be like mini changes, right? Some characters just need really small tweaks, and they're not going to get hit in a balance patch that only addresses 6 characters, and they just need
Yeah.
something really small. So that would be great. But the thing is, I feel as though if you go only that way with 0 nerfs, then you're going to have to buff 100 characters rather than nerfing like 3. And it feels like that's going to take a lot more time and work than could otherwise be prevented, I feel. Even though I'm the type of person that I like buffs more than nerfs in any game. But when you get to a certain point, there has to be something that gets nerfed. Otherwise, you can never go back to normality.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Dota versus well, sorry. There's other games that are like that, that have similar philosophy, where it's buffs are. It's always going to be that mix up, right, between
Yeah.
choosing to buff everything or nerfing and like kind of balancing. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't really. I mean, I'm sure everyone already knows. I don't really use much of my brain for this game, but I had always been thinking. And I've been suggesting, what if
Were
we
you?
just what if we just have the absolute worst of the worst, anarchy, and we just buffed a bunch of units all at the same time. Maybe there's a little anarchy in RTA for a little bit, but I mean, if the meta is like, super super bad, like what's 20 more potentially game-changing units to the
I mean,
game, right?
they already did that. They buffed Arc Team Mercedes. They already turned into a
True.
Fiesta.
True. Wow, dude. Do you remember in that patch note? I remember everyone's like, "Oh wow, that ADS changed," but no one's like, "Oh, all right."
Well-
like sound the alarms. DEFCON 5. It was
I
like,
think-
"Oh, she got buffed."
I think we
That's
all
cool.
forgot how unbelievably unfun that character is to fight against
Mhm.
or play. I think we forgot that it's just like the worst experience probably in the entire game is to fight that character. I don't think there's like, it's like doing an Abyss stage. It's just every turn you're just like, every time her turn starts, I like lean in towards the game. I'm like, oh my god, is she gonna seal? Is it gonna happen? And then, okay, no seal. Wait, but is she gonna proc the S2? Okay, she procced it. Wait, is she gonna strip my whole team? Oh, is she gonna blind this character? And then my character has to attack, and oh man, do I lose the game? Did I miss?
Man,
I
that's too
love that
real.
unit, bro. I love that unit.
I personally, design, yeah, she's cool, but yeah, like, I don't have her, so I already just that speaks for what it is. I don't have her.
Okay,
Whoa,
I
whoa, whoa,
actually have
wait.
a question. Does
That is-
anybody I don't know if anybody agrees with me on this, but ever since she's been buffed, right? I play against this hero every day on stream, right? And I think I've actually counted the grand total of times where I attack into her with an attack that can be counterattacked. The amount of times, right, ever since she's been buffed, that she hasn't counterattacked me is 7. 7. Like, I actually believe, like, this hero has a bugged counter rate on counter set. I don't know if I'm just, like, hard coping. I'm
We'll
usually
find out in
considered,
3
like,
years.
very untiltable, but, like, when I play against
Shut up.
Archdemon Shadow, I'm ready to just, like, rip my hair out.
She actually counters like every single time.
Yeah, I hard agree. This hero is
and
not, like, balanced. There's a bug in there. They need
the
to look
character
it up. It's not 30%.
is actually like psychologically designed to make you
To destroy
mad.
you.
Like for instance, like when they get a dual attack, you see you
Oh.
see the debuff on you before the attack even starts, and you already know what happened. You already know that it's all over. Everything is all over. And when I attack her, my game actually lags when she counterattacks. So I already know that I'm about to lose my mind before it even happens. Like this character is psychologically designed to break me down and make me
God.
just want to lose
Jenna,
it.
you get double spoiled in your games, like the ending and when someone counters you, dude. That is the
Yeah.
worst.
Oh, my
combo
best!
Ever.
I love that. Yeah, when you're about to finish off the final unit, the game always lags because it's trying to load the victory screen. But I love it when it's just like one unit versus a violet, and you're both at low health, and you attack, and it lags, and you're like, "Oh my god, who is it?
Did I hit?
Yeah, 50-50. All right.
Am I okay?"
Dude, on that note, I think actually one of the most I was trying to explain. I don't know if I was explaining in your chat or someone else's. I know it's like a bug or whatever it is, but I actually think it's so funny that sometimes that bug will happen, and you're like, you'll see that there's like units still alive, and you're like, oh, how could
Yep.
that
could
lag?
this
How
happen?
could the
There's no way.
how could the, yeah? How could
Even
the match pop?
something
And it's like a random dual
bland dual
attack.
attacks and kill your
Yeah,
opponent. You're like,
yeah, and
oh,
you're like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's-
I
that
mean,
was-
my bad. I didn't have this foresight. My bad. Like, I should have predicted the random rem dual attack or like landing push-ups. Like,
But yeah, guys. So for now, before we move on into the other units, and Conquer, like compared to Conquer Lilius, Pera, and the stuff talking about that, the survey should be out now, guys. So go ahead and do the survey. Get your 3 leaves and 300k gold. Everything you say on there is 100% something that we talk about, and bring to the devs and everything else. So please take it seriously. We talk to them weekly, like daily, as much as we can to try and get your guys' stuff out.
And we need that data. We need the
is
numbers.
did you guys just break the? Did you guys just break the?
Can I just
thing?
link it in chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna link it in chat for you guys. Don't worry. Here you guys go.
if I
you-
could just say,
Don't
by the
forget
way,
the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I got you. I got. Don't worry. I got.
piggybacking off of what
yeah,
Mashuu
gotcha.
says, like for real, guys, take this like absolutely seriously. Like,
Yes.
I'll be honest. For the longest time, you know me, no brain. I just fill them out, and I'm like, oh, let me just get my leaves, my gold, and get the heck out. Dude, if you want to see a change, and I beg you, there needs to be a change. Well, actually, I'm happy with Cleveland. But if you want to prevent another catastrophe, okay, I'm just giving you a heads up. This is where you do it. Like these surveys are here for a reason. It's not a joke. Like, you know.
Yeah, and even the community surveys that like have been done by Duke Josh, right? Like we've gone through. It's a very long thing that Gregory's gone through as well. To just like sit there and go through everything, and every single one of your points are being like held to account to our team, just so that we could get things like gone through like over the course of time. And I hope you guys have been seeing that like throughout this, especially that's why I told like Cannaaaa, Jenna, and Valk when we came on here, like this is a way for us too, because like bringing you guys on, you guys obviously speak for the community that you guys have made and the community as a whole. You guys play RTA every day, you stream to an audience, you're on YouTube as well, and it just shows like we're able to bring this like, hey, this is how everyone is feeling right now. It's not just them, it's their whole community agrees with them, and this is what we can bring to the table.
I mean, you know me. I was asking for RJ and Mercedes buffs for forever. This is exactly what.
Of course, Jenna, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that unit buff though, yeah, I don't think it's ever. No, it's just.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jenna, you missed your unit, Jenna.
Hey man, they buffed Cleve. I got my wish.
Everyone says that I'm like salty about the unit because I don't have them. I could get them. I have 40 coins. I don't want them. I don't want that character.
But moving on to newer units or units that are about to come out. So we'll talk about Lionheart Sirmia first. How do you guys feel she is?
So I actually am decently impressed by the numbers, but I think my concern right now is that the way she is, it almost seems like she's a little bit late in terms of release date, because for like standard players who might want to play her, I guess you would play into Archdemon Shadow, right? But aside from that, like most of the time you're not going to be playing into Rem, you're not going to be playing into Violet, right? So the way I see her is like, is she just like a cleave closer?
What if she just seals you though?
Kinda.
Hand her
Yeah, you
over.
can't even play into Archdemon, right? You just get sealed.
Hand her over. Another unit for the Cleve squad, dude. I'll take it. Hey, we got plenty of room back here, buddy. We're way. I'm way ahead of you, bro. I just rolled the 40% pieces on defense percent on some like speed crit set. Hand her over. I'll do it, buddy. Don't worry.
I'm a Cannaaaa clone. If Mr. Cannaaaa says that's Cleve squad unit, I go.
Well, you better build up your
man.
Irvelin,
Valk,
buddy.
no.
My Irvelin's plus 15 day one, brother. I'm.
Are
ready.
you? Oh my god.
Dang.
Oh my.
I think
I don't
Lionheart
condone
Sirmia seems fun. I don't know if she seems great though. Immediately upon seeing her S2 when they showed her off, I was like, oh, designer Lilibet too. Oh god. And she kind of feels like a slightly improved designer Lilibet in a way. Because you see, designer Lilibet does no damage and has basically no utility, but this unit at least has some damage, and it actually seems pretty fun. Honestly, she seems like a really fun character. The problem is though, it's completely dependent on your opponent either getting really unlucky and dual attacking or drafting certain ways, which I feel like right now as we speak isn't going to happen too often. She's good into Belian though, definitely good into Belian.
Jenna, aren't you and I both like the reason why Dilibet's win rate is what it is? Dude, I lose if she's better Dilibet, bro. I have like a 0% win rate, or yeah,
I have
Dilibet.
single-handedly dropped designer Lilibet's win rate by so much. Me and Lakari have tried as hard as possible to drop that win rate, and
I would raise it back up, dude. I'm the one that
losing
loses
to that
it.
horrible
I
character.
can't. She's so broken, dude.
I'm
swear
not
to
gonna lie,
God,
guys. I might not be a good Kana clone. I lose to designer Lilibet. You guys know the players Rikazo and Korean Jesus?
Rikazo, yeah.
They clap
And
me
Korean
with
Jesus.
designer Lilibet. I can't do
Dude,
it, guys. I'm sorry.
I can't beat her, man. She shows up on my screen and I don't know, like my fight or flight turns on and I'm just dude, I'm
What?
out, man. She just my brain
Why are you losing to the worst character in the
I
game?
don't-
What are you
dude,
doing?
I swear to God, I'm thinking to myself like everyone in my chat's like, dude, it's Dilibet, like, yo, just kill her, and I'm like, okay, and then I get into the screen, it's like, how'd she cut my team? My team's all dead. Like, what happened? I have no debuffs, and it's like, oh man, you know, she silenced you. She's on her
People like you are why
and...
she hasn't been buffed.
Oh,
you did
my
this.
God.
Yeah, my bad, guys. This one's on me.
Oh my goodness.
The devs just watch her
Oh.
guys' streams. Oh, Dilibet, still good.
Philippines
off.
so good. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I would like to see
Yeah.
the statistics
need
on
it.
this unit, please. Oh yeah, well,
Based off
wait,
your
wait.
accounts, or
Okay, but anyways, Lionheart Surmia seems fun. I don't know if she seems super good. I think Remnant Violet's kind of just a better unit, honestly. Like, literally until Arctic Mercedes got buffed, I would just pick that guy in almost every single match that I played at all, and he would just carry. But I can't really see Lionheart Surmia doing that. She's more awkward. You can't draft her in every single match. She seems really fun, but I don't know. She seems really weird. It feels like she's missing some small thing, like a CR push on her S2.
yeah, I was gonna say
Or-
for me too. I feel like she's like if she had a small CR push or like any CR push on from her C2 or C2, it's her skill 2, that would make her like at a perfect level, because especially with all the people who have like CR boosts after something happens, right? We have like Aravi CR push, we have AOL CR push, we have Rimuru CR push, and stuff like that. And I'm like, if Emil Surmia had that plus the penetration on her S3, man,
Wait
the
a minute.
damage number, I mean, not that I've seen them, look really good.
Wait, Mashuu, you just activated my neurons. Kana, this is a Cleave Squad champion. Okay,
It is.
hear me
Absolutely.
out. Hear me
Yeah.
out.
Of
Okay,
course
got
it
her.
was.
it procs, right? She activates her
Yeah.
S2. That's an Ida activator.
Oh,
It activates Ida.
my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God, it is a Cleave Squad champion.
Oh my God.
My neurons just got activated.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't she get pushed up by any opener you were using anyways, pretty much?
No, no,
This
but
lets
she
you
can
run
use
her
stuff
S3,
like
right?
Cerise into stuff like Rem, maybe
Yeah.
Violet, right?
That's a
So
lot.
you guys are just creating the new meta right now.
Right, and now
These are
like you have
turning.
ways to
It's turning.
yeah, you have ways to punish stuff like a counter like Politis.
Don't even get me started on that unit, man. Okay, I know I use her all the time, but honestly,
You
even
literally
hearing her
first
name
pick her.
triggers me. I
You
know.
first pick her, yeah.
when people pick her into me, I'm so triggered. I've gotten I probably have gotten crown stunned probably triple or like quadruple digits every day when I
Oh,
play this
crown.
game, dude. Oh my God, dude, it's a 25. Wait, is it 20 or 25 or
It's like
24?
24.
24, yeah.
Oh my God, I hate that unit, man. Oh my God.
hates that unit. Picks her first
Picture
time.
anyway. Hey,
Yeah,
you
it's-
can't beat him, join him, buddy. Can't beat him,
Not
join
wrong.
him.
Not
That's
wrong.
just how it is sometimes.
Yep, that's why I'm here. I'm here to copy you, Mr. Cannaaaa. Please.
Oh my god. Just wait, just wait. They'll kill us. They'll kill us soon. Don't worry. We'll
Why
have
don't you just
we'll have
copy
plays
Cat then,
too.
Val?
Wait, what was that?
Why don't you just copy Light then?
He's a trickle down copier.
He's
Here's the thing, right?
the trickle down
Cannaa's faster
copy.
than me, so I would just be a slightly worse light clone, and there are a billion of those guys, you know. As a content creator, I gotta find a way to differentiate my content, right? And
Yeah, true,
I
true.
have not seen a single person say they're a Cannaaaa clone. So I'm like, yo, that's free
my-
real
Oh,
estate.
actually true. That's free.
Because who wants to be
Well,
a
actually,
clone of a clone?
I think it's a little different.
Whoa,
There's
Connie, you
tons
spelled
of
that
light
wrong.
clones, but I think they're actually just like Cannaaaa clones, really, because
Oh, thank
they're
God.
just even
I'm
more trickle
honored.
down, right?
I'm honored. I'm
Like
honored.
Cannaa's like patient zero, basically, right? Like
Oh my
he's like the
God.
OG. Just light does anything and he does it, right? But to a worse degree.
I'm
And
glad.
these people are like even more trickle down, you know?
I'm glad to be the source of a disease. Thank God for,
Yeah,
for that
patient
for that
zero.
title. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. That
Yeah, we'll
unit-
see honestly when Lionheart
design.
comes out. Please do not call her Lermia. It just makes me
Okay,
sad.
Lurmia.
Let's
Oh,
hit this
that's
straight
the
here.
That's the worst.
It's
nickname ever.
Lionheart, guys.
Oh
Do
my
not
God.
call her that.
It actually sounds like a
up with that.
disease. Actually, dude, like, oh my God.
Wait, Luca,
Okay, wait.
you said it
Who
doesn't sound that
started
bad?
that?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
who
cool.
started it?
Oh, God.
Just
Oh,
people
which
just always combine the letters.
Yeah, they just combine the
Yeah.
Which
letters,
one are
and I'm
you?
just like, no,
Yeah,
please.
Lurmia. I got the
Please.
Lurmia the other day.
I
Oh no.
get Lermed. No.
Oh my
No,
God,
stop.
Oh.
Oh my God, no, but honestly, let's just use Lionheart. I'm chill with that. Can we just come to a consensus, please?
Yes.
There's
agree.
There's another game that has a very familiar acronym of LHC for any of you anime game players. I'll take LHC. If anyone like FCC.
sounds
how's
Yeah,
that?
but that
close
just
to
sounds like a
LQC.
drug.
Oh, that's true. Actually, there's already LQC. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have
Okay,
LQC.
never mind.
All right. Anyways, Kana,
Yeah.
Lionheart, guys. Just Lionheart is fine.
Okay,
Speaking of which, an ML that has seen a lot of play since the time coming out. People thought the show was like in an awkward spot at first, and people didn't know how to use it at first. But how do you guys feel Spirit Isolene has been since release?
Wait, someone said Leonia.
Leonia?
Lionia?
That's not bad.
That kind of sounds like a lot of work, though. You know?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna call her Sermia. Nobody's gonna assume I'm drafting
Yeah,
Fire
I
Sermia.
always say Crozet, and nobody's like, "Oh, does he mean blue Crozet? Are they using blue Crozet?" Like, no.
Yeah.
We can say ML Sermia if we're talking about normal Sermia.
Yeah.
You know, it rolls off the tongue.
ML.
Fire
Yep.
Fire Sermia.
Hey, on the topic of Spirit Isolene, did anyone else get scammed into building her with your Ran gear like I did? Oh,
No,
boy.
because we know how this game works.
Oh
Okay, so-
boy, that unit it was pretty okay for montaging for about what
2
12
seconds.
hours. Yeah.
Yo, I used her at like I gave her all my speed like 10 set gear, and yo, it was not it because I ended up like outspeeding a lot of starters where I wanted to go after, and I was just like, this is kind of awkward now. My immortality's gone, and I guess everyone's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
wait.
Yeah.
I got something to say about her. I think she's one of the best designed units they've come out with recently.
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
she's an incredibly well-designed unit with very well-defined strengths and weaknesses. Incredibly fun to use. Great design overall. Just like overall, amazingly well-designed character. But she's a sane person in an insane land, and RTA is such an incomprehensible mess with some of the stuff right now that it feels almost impossible to use her if you're not spamming ML Coeric in literally every game you play. Or just some of these enablers. You need certain enablers for her. Also, her S1 has a 70% chance to activate for absolutely no reason. It should just be 100.
Yeah, I know, Kana.
Oh,
I
no.
know. Don't worry.
Oh, apparently I froze. It's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? I don't even care.
I looked at it. I'm like,
Happy
oh, this
Jenna.
this
Doesn't
looks
even
kind of
matter,
weird.
you know? I'm just sitting still.
Honestly, a lot. Okay, I get it. Like some of these units are like kind of power crept. They're kind of broken. Like you say what you want. But honestly, a lot of a lot of the units recently have been kind of fun. Like Zahak was okay. Say what you want. I thought he was pretty fun. I thought Milim was kind of fun. Like these aren't like super sleeper units. Like they're kind of like all in. Get like sometimes get punished like very like excitingly and like emotionally. Like when you die with Zahak, you're like, okay, I didn't do anything to the Violet, or like, oh, my Milim just got one shot by the Violet. Oh my god, how could that happen? And ML Celine, I feel like is like peak like brain check, like gameplay knowledge check, like montage unit. It feels like if you know how to use her very, very well, you could be like 1 HP, the whole team comes back. Now you have like a whole extra round of like matches or like of like gameplay interactions to go through. I don't think there's literally been, I mean, for me personally, I know I don't use her as much anymore, but she was definitely one of like my favorite units probably that has ever been released, aside from like her non ML counterpart Green Sleeve, which I also really like the game, or I liked E7 for. I started playing, but like the gameplay pattern is so fun. It's like, oh, you killed me? Actually, no, I didn't. And it's actually a damage dealer, right? It's not like made Chloe, which I don't own, or or you know, one of these other slow kind of paced like Ruels, or you know, it's very, very like quick. It's very quick. Like everyone's dying. Like, oh, someone's dead. All right, now they're back. And oh, now you're dead. And oh, I dust leveled you. And oh, I healed all the way back up. Oh, now you can't kill me. Haha. Like, and it's very fun, like rewarding, like high risk, high reward kind of character. So I think she's definitely. I think I still probably lose to it like 70% of the time if someone picks it into me, but I think she's definitely like one of the more balanced like MLs that's come out.
Yeah, because you said you
when it's
need
good,
brain,
though.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she has a unique title of like being a very fast speed DPS without being usable in cleave, which I think is very impressive. Because like her first
She's
turn
so
does
fun.
absolutely nothing,
It
right?
does
But it's not
nothing, yeah.
nothing. It does nothing for cleave. It does a lot of things for slower team comps.
I really like using her. Probably like one of my favorite units, like since release, if anything, like just composition wise and like abilities wise.
By
But
far one of
damn.
the best designs.
I try to force her in every game. That's the thing too, is like, well, you could try and force her every game. Like I can't force Opsig every game. It's like literally impossible. But with Celine, you know, it's kind of possible. I'm gonna obviously take the L on a lot of like her counters, because like you said, like she has clear weaknesses that you can obviously play off of, right? But she's like one of the most fun units that I've ever used, and so fun.
If someone picks her early on in the draft, they instantly lose.
Yep.
Literally instantly, the match is over. Really, really well designed unit. I wish whoever made that character could get more of that guy's or gal's work. Can we get more of them? Whoever designed like Conquerless and Emil Quirk buff, can we fire them and get that Celine person to work double time?
Listen, they can only.
What if they're the same?
Then that person needs their meds so that they can be on their A game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Chad's like, what if they're the same weight?
I don't know, there's split personality disorder or something.
Okay, Mashuu, I might have to go use the bathroom real quick.
You don't have to ask me. You just, I mean, you're telling mostly
Is this a
Chad.
Raise your
classroom?
hand, Kana.
The classic
Teacher?
Kana leave,
Teacher.
guys. Excuse me. No,
You
but
want that?
while we're on the topic, we already talked about buffs and nerfs already, right? But we can still get into a small part of it. It's like, who do you think is like really close? You talking about people being close to being in a good spot. Who do you think is close, and what would you do to them to get them at the level where they're pickable, or to the point where it's like, oh, they could be used in situations?
That's hard because like I feel like there's so many situations. Sorry, Valk, that I'm always like talking first. I don't know.
You're good. You're good.
But
Man. I need to think
I
about
don't-
some of these.
But I think there's a lot of characters who have that, but sometimes it's hard to think about like what small change could make them good. Because sometimes you might be like, oh, they should do this thing, and it would just be too strong, right? Because you have to think of so many interactions and like how they could be drafted and used, and like, I mean, so many characters have passives now that are just like, all right, here's my 200-word essay, and you know, you have to think about how it interacts with some of this stuff, like. Oh man, I think Melissa was one of those characters, and she's gone buffed like 5,000 times in a row, and I'm still not sure about her. But,
with her
yeah,
EE and everything else. I think Light was talking about trying to use her
She
eventually.
seems good in Cleave. I can
Yeah.
really see that
I
working.
can see,
in
especially with
Cleave,
the attack buff.
especially against Violet and Red and Violet and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Giggity said
Easy.
Spez. Spez needs to be reworked. Spez, like, you can't
Spez
make
needs
him
a lot
good,
of
or
changes.
he's just gonna stun your whole team and extinct everyone one by one. It's not gonna be fun, you know. But
Yeah.
Solitaria needs to be reworked as well, I think.
Yeah, especially because like we're around the time when hopefully a buff and nerf or buff like talk will be coming out soon. That's why I want to ask. Who knows? Maybe some of this stuff will show up soon.
Okay, I've got a selfish one. Make it so Yuna's S1 can't be countered. There we go.
I know you've been talking about that one for a
She's
while.
literally unusable because like it is impossible to use that character. But if her S1 was uncounterable, she would actually be a legitimate, like, really good unit. I think, like, a really good bruiser.
I mean, isn't that also with like Judge Kisei too? Of making, like, after her change, that it wasn't really like it could be better.
Yeah, because a
Oh.
lot of these newer units with soul burns now, right, is that the
Mhm.
first part of their combo gives them a skill nullifier, which kind of negates like one counter attack,
Yeah.
which I think is a less like blatant version of that cannot be counter attack keyword. Because you gotta be careful with that, right? Because think about how good like Landy was
Landy.
with that for so long throughout the game, right? Especially since I know 3 of us started streaming around the same time, and throughout most of that, Landy was a very prevalent character in most of our games.
Well, I think that might have also been because she was permanently invisible, pretty much, right? Like, even if she's not getting countered, you
Guiding
just couldn't
light.
hit her.
Differante.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Anyone else? And so, Yuna uncounterable or something similar at least, except for S1.
Can the character up here get an EE? Hello? Yeah.
Where?
This
Who?
unit up here.
Who? No.
Oh, Sidom?
Sidom. What would you change? How would you change her?
oh, I know an EE for her.
I think I haven't like thought too much about it, because like the thing is, okay, you can't like give her extinction.
Make her
just,
for soul
like,
burn free. Bam.
You're a psycho, dude. You are psychotic.
She's Saria.
That is
You're
so
a
broken.
monster,
That would be
Jenna.
disgusting.
You put like
Jenna.
portrait on her,
Holy moly.
Oh
Dude,
my
screw it, screw it. Might as
God.
well make her EE
and
AoE,
Belial doesn't
dude.
work against her.
Oh,
Might as well just say like
Okay.
kills one unit instantly.
I think
That's what she was.
a decent answer would be. I mean, I don't know how impactful it would be, because the thing is, like, Seedom's one of those units where if she's like broken, it feels like the game's like there's something wrong with the game,
Yeah.
right? Like, she's not supposed to be broken. She's supposed to be like a niche unit that you pick 4/5, and you don't want to get like abused because you pick her 4/5, right? Because that's just the beauty of her strength, right? She's like one of those Shuri. It's like one of the damage dealers, whatever. And I feel like if you, I don't know, maybe gave her like an immunity on S3 EE or something, just so she doesn't just die for free after she takes her turn, or if you gave her, I don't know, like maybe you know, a speed EE to make her a little faster, so I can outspeed the Elena or, you know, the whatever unit, it would be a little bit better. Again, the thing is that you like unlike a lot of the other characters you guys are suggesting, like, you know, like Solitaria and, you know, whatever, Melissa, whoever, it's really like you have to be very careful about her specific buff, because we had a whole season, right, where it was like Pavel Sidom last pick, Pavel Carrot, like a book user is already very valuable, right? So in Sidom's case, you just need like a little bit, like a little bit more to make her, I guess, like usable or like not as punishable. Because right now, I don't even know when you would pick her over.
She's
like,
almost a little too
Ida.
simple of a character.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
she's hard to buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
agree.
could
Like-
put them over the edge.
For me, my unit, on top of that, just like you talked about it a little bit too, Solitaria. Solitaria is like one of those units that's so close, I feel, to being like the control unit. You know what I mean?
She
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like on the precipice of being too frustrating and
Yeah.
really bad.
Exactly. She's like right there. She's so close.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that-
what my prediction was, right, was because the last time they buffed a ML5, right, was like a hand guy, and the hand guy made it so that you couldn't control him. So based off of Smilegate's buff and nerf philosophy, which is like once they break one character, they're gonna make the next character counter this character. So my prediction was they were gonna make Solitaria stun, like cannot be cleansed for a turn, so that she would be the definitive counter to hand guy, and that's what I thought they were gonna do for her.
Luca, what happened, Luca?
Hand guy.
And guy, yeah.
hand guy.
That emote is
Yeah,
so
I,
you
d-
should
I
add
don't
that
have the
emote.
emote on. I don't
That's-
have the
that's a
emote
great
on.
emote.
But yes, I know exactly.
Yeah, for
what
anyone
you're
who doesn't
saying.
know what hand guy is, that's Emil Quirk.
Yeah, it's
But,
Emma
um,
Core.
Yeah.
I think Solitaria needs to just be reworked. She's not like her S3 is fine, but her S2 is kind of a little bit of a toxic skill, and her S1 is like her AoE S1s like that just don't work really, unless you're just unbelievably insane like Belian, you know? They just
Yeah,
don't
right
really
now,
work.
right now they don't work for sure.
Like
Yeah,
her S2 almost seems like Smilegate's like first, like, you know, like inching into the water. Like, how? Okay, can we make something that's like a little bit future proof, a little bit nasty,
A little bit
And then
different.
let's
Yeah.
make this and never release another character that uses this
Yeah,
mechanic ever
and
again.
then,
The
and then you just see like
focus.
new characters like, yeah, focus, you're dead. Like, it's just like if you have that little bar on you, okay, the game's over. Like, stop moving.
But the thing is, she's not even good against most of the focus characters. That's the problem.
Yeah,
She S1s and
yeah.
Arctic Mercedes says, oh, you just looked at me, and counters, and then Solitaria is gonna die. Or seal her.
and
Like,
dead,
you
yeah.
can
Yeah.
just seal Solitaria, and then Arctic Mercedes gets stacks again. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why is she countered by the character her whole mechanic counters? Or you S1, Violet, you miss Violet, he's like, okay, and he hits you, you're out in the open, you die.
Yep.
Like, the character just, it just makes no sense. Like, why does she have an AoE S1? It just doesn't work. It has to be uncounterable, but then that's kind of gross, right? Having a character that's constantly invisible, debuffing your entire team in AoE and strength
Yeah,
buffs.
AoE, oh my
Like,
god.
Like, nobody wants to fight
Even
against any
worse
of
than
this.
a baby. Let's go.
It's like
Woo!
Sierra Ren everywhere all the time. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Wait, yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
Lord.
let's axe that. Let's rework this character. I don't
Yeah,
want to
she
think
needs
about
to
that.
God is like, no,
Oh
please.
my god, dude! I was thinking about that. It's like I play a very scuffed standard when I have to flex, and I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, my Crimson Seed is not doing jack to like 5 debuff like Sierra Ren or whatever. Like, oh my god, dude. Never mind. Jeez.
Oh, last one, Luca, Valk, you guys have any characters you want to see buff, nerf, or change?
Yeah,
Or
I
like
will
small
say-
buff?
I actually really like seeing heroes like Designer Lilibet and Holiday Euphine. You know, like heroes that are generally kind of bruisers. They don't need res to fight debuff heroes. And one thing I always talked about on stream was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool every time she procced her passive, she gets herself a defense buff. And then I saw the ML Surmia reveal. I was like, I'll snap. Designer Lilibet's never getting buffed.
No, they're like, did it? Wait, that's no, not
wait,
wrong
guys, that's not
unit.
what I meant.
Wrong unit, guys.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know me. I'm a PVE player, right? So I don't really play a lot of PvP right now, so I wouldn't really say that there's anyone that I would want to see buffed, I guess, because all of my units that I have right now do really well for me for PvE.
Dude,
you
but
know?
like straws, dude, like
they
straws.
do the job.
Yeah,
What
You
about
know?
your favorite unit or something, though?
Yeah, what if
I
like
mean,
your favorite
Fairy
unit
Tail
is buff?
Don't
Tenebrae.
buff F10A. Stop.
Yeah, yeah,
stop,
actually,
stop,
hold on.
stop,
No,
stop,
no,
stop,
let's
stop,
not.
Hold,
You want me to talk
Pause,
about my favorite unit?
pause, relax. Hold
Wow.
on. Oh,
What
You
about-
know, if the devs are listening, Fairy
Oh,
Tail
no.
Tenebria. Yeah, she could totally use a buff, guys.
Don't
Mhm.
worry, Luca, they're not.
Don't worry, they're not listening.
you turn,
Oh my
you turn or strip 2 debuffs. Oh my
Oh,
god, dude.
oh
Two
no,
turn redirect
oh.
provoke.
And then I was gonna say
God.
husbando, but I'm like, oh no, you're gonna buff a speed imprint. Watch your Shuri.
Ooh.
I'm not.
Watcher?
I'm,
Watcher
Man,
Shuri?
Watcher What would you buff about Watcher?
What if his
No, it's
S3
just-
was
Such a good-
AoE?
Jenna,
Yeah, well,
hello.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you just don't want to play the game, if he gets a turn, he just kills the whole team. I guess that
Yeah,
works too.
easy. Cleave again.
Oh man,
Mhm.
Extinction on
Oh,
Watcher Shuri
man.
S3. Oh my god, watch out, RB. I'm coming for you, baby.
Okay,
Oh
wait.
my
I'm,
God.
I'm about to bank a lot of enemies, but let me just say this. I
Mm-mm.
see a lot of people say Remnant Violet should be buffed. A lot of people. All over Reddit, Stove. This guy is already good. He's been good. Does he get hit sometimes 50 times in a row in a match? Yeah, 100%. But sometimes he never gets hit, and the other player is wondering what the hell is wrong with the game. And so, in your mind, you're always going to be remembering the times that idiot got hit, he tripped and fell, and just got pounded on. You're always going to remember that, and you're not going to remember as much when he evaded literally everything and solo carried the match for you.
And you were just like, worth.
But he's actually really insane, and he's been used for so long at the high level. Even think of a character that has like every half of the new characters that come out counter this guy, and he's still good. Like
Wow,
they
that's
keep
crazy.
making
right?
characters
Like,
counter this guy, and he still keeps coming back like the cockroach he is. He just never leaves. He's
Those-
always
those-
crawling back.
those 3 new
Somehow.
fire characters that are supposed to counter Violet, yet every time I pick fire units into Violet, it seems like my fire units are dying, guys. I think
Like
there's
every
something-
character needs counters, and Rylet has a
Sure.
lot of them, but he's still pickable. He's still used all the time at like insanely high RTA.
He's
used
really flexible
all the
too.
time,
Yeah,
Like,
super
how you
flexible.
even
use
with
him
even with
the
a million counters. So
Mhm.
if you buff him, like I don't know what people want, 100% evasion chance, like
I think
anything's
Rylet.
gonna put him over the edge.
Rylet's at that point too, where he's just good because there's like other ways you could build him as well, right? Like he has a multiple like.
Yeah.
You're gonna build them fast. You have like the fast pure DPS one. You have ones that you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and probably solo.
He literally decides what unit on their team is going to be eliminated when his turn starts, and then
Yeah.
he
And then you
heals back
pray.
to full.
Yeah,
And then there's a lot of prayer, but the odds are in
Yeah.
their favor.
exactly. And then I just remember that one time, Connor, you remember? You know, the one time with Rylet, just like during where was it? It was like the CC tournament, the CCI tournament with Rylet. Do you not remember?
Violet?
There was a point where that I
Was he
like
in-
really loved with like Rylet's interaction. Jenna, you were there too. It was, I think it was Kenny's match. Where it's like you're able to play around with his stacks, and that's what I like too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's just
Oh,
like,
oh,
Save
oh,
yeah,
FCCS3
yeah,
for him, or like CR
exactly,
minus 3,
exactly,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's There's a lot of thinking about like, should I hit him here? Should I not? Like,
That-
I definitely think he's one of the funniest characters too, because of how prevalent his like non-ML version was, and then like I always love that 1v1 because it's like, oh, ML
who's
versus
better?
RGB, and then Rylet's supposed to win it, so you S1 him and he counters you back and he gives you a stack, and it's like, all right, here we go, like who's gonna win, ML5 or RGB? And listen, those are very exciting matches. I love watching that when it's like Violet versus Violet solo, like. Rylet could just die. Violet could just die. Like it's like a real showdown of like the ages. To be honest.
of RNG.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really funny.
Real
Yeah.
casino gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luka
way,
loves
over here-
casino gaming.
I was saying this as somebody who has his Rylet hit literally nonstop. I still think he's a
Holy.
good character.
Mhm.
As someone who never hits Rylet, I still think he's a good character.
Wow.
But yeah, moving on along, we pick up pace just a little bit. So current meta, I mean, we talked mostly about how it is. I mean, we have a cleaver and a cleaver light right here with Connor and Valk, and then Jenna, who plays whatever Jenna wants to play because, yeah, for current meta picks. So how do you feel like in drafting cases? Like what's currently the strongest draft? What's currently like being picked by
Cleave.
people?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, baby.
Like just
It's
Exhibit
our
A right
time,
here,
baby.
Kana.
Oh
It's like,
yeah, baby.
you can draft the
In-
same thing every game and be shocked when you lose to the same teams, and you can still climb. You don't have to make any decision to draft. You can pick the same 3 units immediately without even. You can
Just-
cover up. Kana,
just
this is
close
great
your
content
eyes.
right here. You should
Okay.
cover up your opponent's side of the screen until the ban phase.
Dude,
and
I
see
know.
how many games you can win
Oh,
using
okay,
Cleave right now.
okay, Jenna. So more recently, people were complaining. They're like, "Oh, with Cleave, sometimes you get casinoed and you can't pick either." And they're like small nuances as a cleaver. This new Cleave draft, I'm not even joking. I think I could probably maintain like a 50 or 60 win rate if I just actually didn't even look at the
Whoa,
enemy
50%
side.
Whoa.
win rate?
Whoa.
Dude, come on.
Kana with a positive
Hey,
win
hey, hey,
rate.
hey! You can't see the enemy's picks at all, and it doesn't even matter. I could just see what the end draft is, and I just ban. Dude, that is. Name what other comp you could do
I
that
can't
for.
believe he can get a 50% win rate with
Come
this
on.
draft. It must be
Kana's
good.
gonna get a
with
positive win rate.
blindfolded. Come on, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
see?
some people in here that want a 50 win rate while blindfolded. Because then you get 100 if
That's
you're
true.
watching, right? If you have your eyes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, neurons
that's definitely
fire.
how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
like, pre-Para, right? I actually, like, took a lot of screenshots of my post-match data. I put them into a spreadsheet. I looked at them with a bunch of different players, right? I even developed this whole spiel, right? A lot of
Yeah.
times newer players or, people who are looking to push Champ or even Emperor, right, would ask me, like, what do I think are some of the best drafts, right? And this is, purely pre-Para, right? I was like, okay, C. Lilius, Apoc Ravi, Hand Guy, Belly, and Ran. Those 5 units, top to bottom, right? Like, you figure out which one you have and which one you don't, and you design a draft for yourself around those 5 units, and you just be able to shoot up in points, right? And then now Paris here, things are changing. I'm like, why am I going through all this trouble, like mapping out my data and then going through discussions? I'll just copy Kana and let him copy Light. Like, dude, it's so free.
My idea, original. He hasn't
Oh
streamed it.
my
Just saying, just
God.
saying, just saying.
Cleave
just
is
saying.
stronger right now
just
than
saying.
pretty much ever. And
Yeah,
I think
this
it's
is-
funny.
this is a
People
great
have
thought.
always complained about Cleave every season, and yet for some reason, I feel like when it's literally the strongest it's ever been, everyone's quiet. Are they dead? What happened to them? Did they get cleaved?
Oh,
Where are
dude.
they? Where are these people
They
that
got
complained about
cleaved.
Cleave every second of every season? Where have these people gone when it's actually a problem? They're silent.
They've
Where
gotten
are
a
these
taste
people?
of it, Jenna. They're like, oh my god, this
They got
red
cleaved
guy
so
is
hard they're
actually
shell
pretty cool."
Like,
They're cleavers now.
yeah, they're like, wait a
Yeah.
second, this is the
I
only thing that
played,
works.
I couldn't beat him. I joined him.
Oh
Facts.
yeah.
Oh no.
like
on a more
I went
serious
from
note, though,
Cleave
like-
to normal. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No,
Me too.
no,
Me
you
too,
go.
Jenna. Me too.
I think, I mean, he's probably the most talked about, most seen, arguably the most played character in the game. You see him, you ban him. If you don't, wish I was in your match, but it's Ran, right? Like, this character is so polarizing. He makes Pavel kind of. He kind of puts Pavel, like old Pavel, to shame. You can flex him anytime. You can pick like a random, like Rancy Syria. Like, you can build him 100 different ways. Like, I've seen at this point, like damage Ran, effectiveness Ran, like super fast, but also still does damage Ran. Like, it
The
opens you up for
Gabran.
it opens you up for Pavel. It opens you up for Caesarea. It opens you up for anything that you want. You can flex down with him. You can speed up. You can this unit is pretty. I would probably say pretty unmatched. If you actually
It's
have
okay.
him built. Yeah, like there's discussions. It's like, especially before Conqueror Lilius came out, it was like, hey, can we like remove the soul bird off this guy, or like maybe we tone him down to 122 because the ACID doesn't really look like a unit when he's on the same side. But I mean, he's crazy.
Mhm.
I mean. Today, I think I won't show the screenshots yet, but I had a few good matches with Ran and Pyra, and in the past there was like a short bit prior to Pyra's release where I hated it. You heard Jenna talk about it before, where it's like, if you're second pick, either you have to ban like Emma Lilius or you have to be able to deal with Emma Lilius. I opted to ban AOL instead of banning Emma Lilius, but people saw how I played a second pick. I had like probably a 5% win rate because it's like, oh, my
second
Rand's
pick is
banned.
like
Yeah.
a 30% win rate.
Yeah,
at best.
Yeah,
it's
I-
actually insane. If you're
It-
second
it's-
pick, you are getting screwed. Right now.
It sucks, right? But now, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how. I haven't tried standard with Pyra yet, but I am unleashed, baby. You cannot ban out all my Ran, Ida, CDOM, like all these different enabling units, my landies. Like, I'm gonna
Ran's
get
pretty
countered
crazy.
probably in a week, but like right now is probably. I know a lot of
You
people
better
say
climb.
Cleaver's-
You better you better
Yeah,
watch out.
Better
yeah,
climb.
better just decay, you know.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah,
probably
Ran-
the most versatile. I feel.
yeah, for Cleve
I'll say
especially.
versatile, but yeah, like you have so many options. Like it's just
Yeah, you just draft Ran every game, and then you have so many options.
no. Okay. Listen. If so, here's the thing now, right? Like maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but like sometimes a cleaver will, or most cleavers ban Bellion, right? If you pre-ban Ran, let's say, okay, Jenna, let's say you and I fought again, right? For instance, even though I'm like 0-10 against you, if you ban my Ran, I'm not suddenly out of like speed contesters against Emma Lilius.
Now my
I now
Emma
have-
gonna take you out again. Sorry.
Yeah,
dude.
oh my god, not like that. But at least now I have some
You have a lot
assurance,
more
like, you know,
options and everything else.
some hope, right?
Yeah,
That
there's-
I would
there's-
No,
not
you'll
just
probably
get-
win. I'm not very good versus Cleve at all, actually.
I got.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty.
I
weak
just
again.
think that like this conversation of like, hey, what happens to second pick for a cleaver? In my opinion, for cleavers, that your second pick, Rand ban, play standard or your 0% win rate.
That was my notification to let us know that we are coming up on time to about to end, but we'll
okay.
get through this last thing before anything else, because it's one of the bigger ones too that we just want to see if you guys have any questions for or changes. So what changes would you want to see for World Arena, such as like matchmaking system or double pre-bans? Like, is double pre-bans a thing you want? And even if it is it a long-term fix at that point?
Please fix matchmaking. It's really messed up. People are fighting people with literally thousands of points difference. Newer players are getting screwed. I think it feels bad for basically everybody. It's not good. Please make an RTA shop as well. I think there needs to be incentive to play RTA. There's no reason that one of the main endgame contents and one of the reasons why a lot of people are brought together in this game should have literally no reward other than a border that looks worse than a PvE border. I think that it's really, really important that there's actually incentive for these kinds of things. And a lot of people are against incentive for this and say, well, what if I don't want to play RTA? Well, I don't want to play Abyss, but I still do it to get those rewards. Nobody wants to play Abyss. Nobody in the world wanted to do floor 102 or 9, but they did it anyways. So it's a little selfish to just say, oh, I don't want to do the content, so you just shouldn't add it at all. And I think a lot of people would appreciate, not just me, but a lot of people would get more interest in RTA and just the end game.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
The thing the change I want to see is probably like above Champ RTA or at least above Emperor. There should be
A separated queue.
a
Mhm.
separated cutoff, right? Where, you know, whether it's like you get an extra pre-ban or something like that, right? And I hope that's something that
Yeah.
could be tested in the off season, because we get 4 weeks of off season and it's usually just the same thing with, you know, people grinding.
Oh, thank you for
pre-season,
bringing
right?
that up.
Right? Yeah, like, you know, do something different every week.
It's a month
Get
of
a little
nothing.
wild with it, right? It gets reset anyway, right? Let's just test features.
You know,
Or just make fun game modes.
You guys are
Yeah,
going
I
a little
agree.
over it. Can I just see who's first pick? I see Wind Demon saying it, bro. My eyes when I'm reading chat. I'm getting old. My vision's
Oh.
bad.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I don't know who's first pick, and this is the most
Yeah,
important meta for knowing who's first pick, second
Yep.
pick.
Everybody was asking
Holy
for that too,
moly.
and they're like, "We got you. You can now see the
Guilds.
I don't care about any guilds.
Yeah.
I can't even read it half the time."
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, we know
Oh.
that that's like a big thing too, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they're working on it too on that end. Especially like, because as you said, like first pick and second pick is making a big difference, especially in who you want to be banned. And I know a lot of the time I'm queuing up, I'm like, oh, I got a match, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm already on the ban screen. Whatever, I'm banning AOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ban wrong, sometimes you just instantly lose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it feels bad. Yeah, you guys were both 100% right. I didn't even bring that up. And yeah, newer players should not be ever fight somebody who's really strong. Somebody who ended Legends last season should never fight somebody who has never hit like champion. It's just not fair.
For me, it was
like
on
a
yeah, go ahead,
MMR
Luka.
thing, like
Yeah.
a hidden MMR, just
Yeah.
so.
Oh god, the MMR.
I think there is
Yeah.
hidden MMR,
Yeah.
but I don't
There
know
is
how
now,
it
yeah, for
works.
sure.
Like, I fought a guy yesterday, and I got 3 points for winning. Why? Why did we
Yeah.
even fight?
Because
Like-
on my end, I was just like, what if there was like a kind of like a new, like if you're a new player in RTA, you can't face someone who's already played like a season already on top of that. But yeah,
Ooh.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
like 2 seasons prior. So at least like you're inching people at least close to people where they're at least their accounts or something like they're close enough to the point where like, oh, I haven't played RTA before. I've only played like not as much as you think I did.
You have to
and yeah.
ease people into RTA because a lot of people get discouraged when they're like,
As soon
all
as
right,
you
I'm going to
get
try
beat up."
RTA. And they're fighting some guy who drafts like the 5 most meta ML5s and just
Yeah.
slams them into the ground immediately. And they're like, well, I guess that's enough RTA. I guess this game sucks.
Mm.
And so, you know, you kind of got to help these people to actually be able to play the game.
And with that, though, guys, we'll go ahead and start to get and wrap things up in this case. And we're gonna be doing a small giveaway for those guys who are on stream and in the chat right now. That's separate. You'll be able to win some Sky Souls we already talked about. We did go a little bit over time, so thank you guys, honestly. Cannaaaa, Jenazadp, Valk for coming out here, taking your time. And we're gonna go ahead and see what the giveaway. For those guys who want to join the giveaway, Cannaaaa, Jenna, and Valk will be looking at the chat. Go ahead and post your in-game name and server, and depending on the person, I don't know, like you could be like, hey, whoever says like Jen is the best or like Connor smells in chat first will get like something. But you guys could go ahead and ask like whatever you guys want. And first off, we'll go ahead with Cannaaaa. So Cannaaaa.
Okay, I'm gonna do the YouTube lads. For all you YouTube boys, can I get a a buff Mort or a buff Cleve in the chat, please? Anyone that says that?
Cleve.
Any buff Cleve? 130 base speed unit. Wow.
Yeah, we'll like that.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. Nom Global.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I see
You see that guy, right?
Yeah, okay. I grabbed
Oh,
you, so
yeah.
Nom Global, congrats. You're winning 150 Sky Stones in that case.
Okay, I got one.
Jenna.
The first person in chat who has their like their username and server and also says Cannaaaa Bark is going to
Oh my god, get me out! Oh my god!
Oh,
they
it's
did it
so bad.
fast! It was like
Yeah, wait.
10
So
You
bad.
gotta scroll up. You gotta scroll up.
Oh
my
my god!
Wait, was
can
it
choose
actually
whoever you want.
Charmander? Was Charmander?
Was
I
it
think so.
Charmander?
Yeah.
Oh way, dude! You guys
I guess Charmander's
something.
gonna get
Wait,
it.
where is it?
Oh
Yeah, I see it.
That was how did he do
Yo,
it so
Charmander
fast?
had it unlocked. He was like,
Dude, he knew.
I know
He
exactly
knew.
what Jenna's gonna say.
Well, I feel bad. He's one of my mods, so it feels so biased. But I didn't tell him. How did he do that? He knew what I was
He
gonna
knew.
say.
He understands. All right, Valk.
Oh my god!
He's a
I guess
whale, though. He
it's,
doesn't deserve it.
Username server, and then first person to say the name of my waifu, my main one.
Ooh, do they? Ooh, this is a.
Any clues? Any
Wow.
clues? Or
Silver hair.
Oh, silver hair.
I see Zuler with it.
Oh,
Okay.
Zoler. Technically, Red did beat him to it, but he didn't put down his name and server. I don't know how you guys want to count that
no.
one.
Aw.
Oh, yeah. So I'll grab Zuler. I'll go ahead and grab him. Unfortunate, Red, but maybe next time. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you guys honestly for coming out here. You know, it's been fun. We talked about a bunch of stuff that we have a lot of and everything else that we'll be sending over on our end. Yeah, any last words? You know, you guys could plug. I'll go ahead and plug your SNS right here on screen. You guys could check them out at their respective Twitch channels, their YouTube channels, or their Twitters, except for Jenna, who doesn't have a Twitter. But you know, you can check us out on YouTube.
So I can't get canceled.
Yeah.
Nah.
My last words.
Thanks a lot for having us on. I think I speak for everyone when I say we appreciate it a bunch, and it's really fun doing these and talking with you guys.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys. Not to all you guys who keep asking me to bark, by the way, but thank you for everyone that supported the stream, that came out to watch. It's always a fun time talking with the other content creators, Mashuu, Luka, of course. Talk about E7. Yeah.
Leave us one final bark.
Are you serious?
I'm not starting until
Until I hear-
Oh my god, dude. No, Marie said no. Marie said no. Marie said no. No. It's okay. It's okay. No.
Heck, wait.
He's
No.
controlled.
He's
Yeah,
controlled.
sorry.
Okay, but Marie
I have a
said no.
muzzle. I have a
He's
muzzle. Sorry,
He's
I'm
leashed.
leashed. I have a muzzle. Okay.
Oh,
Not
no!
this time.
Oh,
Not this time.
I don't know. Making it better for
That's
yourself.
not-
man.
don't look.
I
Listen,
guess
listen.
Marie
Don't read
says
too
so.
deep.
Oh, he's in the doghouse now.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, all right,
Yeah.
Valk.
Yeah, thank you again, Masha and Luke, for hosting these, and it's always hanging out. It's always fun hanging out with the boys, and you know, for people looking to get into RTA, you know, my favorite guy's out, and then I'm also looking to make more like just generic draft guys, just to help people get into it. So yeah, stay tuned.
And thank you guys. That's it from us. It's your boy Mashuu,
Your friendly neighbor Luca.
and we will see you guys next time. I just forgot. We need to rate someone.
Oh,
Oh,
Who can we rate, guys? We have
Chat.
Pantry ADR, 5 Finger Shuffles, Infinity Zero, Theories on. Guys.
I'm looking.
I see everyone saying
Pantry,
Pantry.
Pantry,
Alright,
Pantry.
we'll rate the boy
We can
Pantry.
give him a warm welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember to say what is up, guys, to your boy Pantry from us.
bark for him.
And
Do
go
not
ahead,
stop.
go ahead and
Do
bark
not.
for him.
That is
Bark.
not.
Let's
Oh
get a
my
kind of bark.
God.
But we will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining us.
See you next
Peace.
week.